living room. I was just warming myself in front of my Dimplex electric fire. Do you see what I did there? Product placement. Product placement has been around for many years. In fact, you may have noticed it in many of your favorite movies over the years. And now, today, it finds itself in many primetime television shows as well. But did you know that product placement has also been in video games from the very start? Of course you knew that. You're not stupid. That's why I'm not going to tell you the craziest examples of product placement in video games. I'm not even going to tell you the best versions of product placement in video games. I'm just going to tell you about my 5 favorite examples of product placement in video games. Now rest assured, you won't find any product placement in Gertler's gaming videos, but while you sit and watch these examples, I'm going to sit here and relax with a bottle of Captain Morgan Spice rum, with its intensely deep and rich taste and casky cork finish. Drink responsibly. Captain's orders.
Pepsi Invaders, also known as Coke Wins, was a game commissioned by Coca-Cola for the 1983 sales convention and was developed by Atari as a modification of the original Space Invaders game. Generally considered to be the earliest form of product placement in video games, the game bizarrely consisted of the name of competitor brand Pepsi. But instead of shooting aliens, the player would shoot the letters Pepsi, followed by an alien, in order to win the game. So basically, the ad campaign was, let's take someone we don't like and turn them into an enemy to kill. Which goes to prove that Coca-Cola and the Nazi Party are more alike than we first thought. James Bond 2, with his hilarious subtitle, codename Robocod, was a 1991 platform game, and in the UK version of the game, the McVitie's biscuit company Penguin Biscuits made an appearance. And this might seem like a strange place for McVitie's to advertise their Penguin Biscuits, but it turned out it was a success, as Penguin outsold arch-rival Kit Kat for the first time in the product history soon after the release of the game. Now, it wasn't just an advertising campaign in the game. Penguin Bars also teamed up with Sega Mega Drives and gave away many versions of the consoles to lucky winners, including myself. Now, for those of you who haven't already heard this story, because I've told it a few times, when I was a plucky, 8 or 9-year-old, I asked my parents for a Sega Mega Drive, and the tight bastards said no. Well, lucky for me, and lucky for them, I was sat eating a Penguin Bar one day when I opened it up to discover a golden ticket. When I realised I had this golden ticket, I rushed home to show my parents, and they read out the message that was written on the paper, which told me that I had won a Sega Mega Drive with a limited edition copy of James Bond 2 Robocod. It wasn't until I was older and I tried to sell this game on eBay that I realised that the bit about it being a limited edition game was a load of bollocks, and it sold for a measly 50 pence. Thanks a lot, Codemasters. Cool Sport was a mascot for 7-Up in the United States and made his debut in 1987. Cool Sport, the video game featuring the Cool Sport mascot, was essentially an advert for 7-Up in game form. The game was a single-player platformer in which the player controls Cool Sport. Cool Sport can jump and can attack by throwing soda bubbles in any direction. Cool Sport can also cling and climb various things by jumping in front of them. In each level, the player must rescue other Cool Spots who look just like each other from their cages. In order to do so, the player is required to collect a number of spots that changes, usually increasing as the game progresses. Through the game, the player has to grab hidden letters that can spell various things depending on the version of the game. In one version, the letters spell Uncola, 7-Up's slogan, or in other versions, the letters spell Virgin, the game's developer. Or maybe it was just a slight on the player to get a life and get a girlfriend. Originally intended as a rival to Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog, Zool was a 1992 platform game developed by Gremlin Graphics.
Can I talk to Dana?
There is no Dana, only Zool.
No, not that Zool. Zool was a black ninja beetle thing with double lightsabers, who was forced to land on Earth in order to gain his ninja ranking. He had to pass 7 lands and beat a boss at the end of each level. In one of the least subtle product placements in video game history, Zool was brought to you in association with the world's best-selling lollipops, Chupa Chups. Now it wasn't enough to put massive lollipops in the background. The developers decided what they would do is put a massive Chupa Chups logo, twice the size of Zool, on some levels, just in case you didn't get the point. So in case it still hasn't got home to you, go and buy some Chupa Chups, because Zool says so. In the modern versions of FIFA, it's not unusual to see product placement around. Besides, the boots they wear, the kits they wear, the sponsor boards around the pitch are all going to have products on them that imitate real life. But back when the first FIFA was released in 1994, EA Sports was ahead of the game and was advertising products such as Panasonic and Adidas Predator. Now for those of you who think that Adidas football boots are just some trendy expensive boots for you to wear on your Sunday league football match, think again. When Adidas Predators first came out in the mid-90s, they promised to make you into a better football player. They said you could shoot harder, pass further, and curl the ball more effectively, just as this crappy 90s adverts will show you. Now when I was a young lad, I was so excited on Christmas Day when I opened my Christmas presents and found there waiting under the tree was a pair of Adidas Predator boots. Now I put them on, I went to my school football match, and did they make me a good football player? Did they, heck? They made me a worse football player. At least I used to hit the post or the bar, now I was kicking it into the trees. So don't believe everything you see on the adverts, kids. Most of it is total bollocks.